damn beer down for the paws for the cows.
I don't do that very often.
Take for granted the things he strives for. He goes days, sometimes weeks, without running water. The central country of different cultures, he never knew of one. Except his fellow brothers he just met a few months before. Stays in a mud school and he sleeps on a cot, if he gets to sleep at all. He may go days, sadly months, without talking to his friends, depending on what is happening at the time. He wears the same things 4 weeks, but he always makes sure his gun is clean. Most of you probably guessed by now, I'm speaking to you about an American soldier who is also my best friend. He signed his life away to our government a few months before we graduated from high school. While we're all walking down the aisle to shake hands and get our diplomas. After spending all those years with people he grew up with and grew to love, he was in basic training in Georgia, making something of himself. His training lasted about 3 months, but he then stayed for his airborne for another month. He graduated from his basic and his airborne training and was only allowed to come home for 2 weeks. After his short time was up, he was sent to Italy for his duty station. But as soon as he got there, he was off to Germany. Withdrawals and doubts, wondering if he even did the right thing. Maybe he should have stayed in Bedford and went to college. He was now stuck in a totally different place. I was around the world listening to sobs and cries of my best friend having a breakdown on the other end of the phone. And all I wanted to do was to be there for him and tell him everything was gonna be alright. Even though I myself was crying and wanting him home too. A few months later, they were told they were being deployed to Afghanistan in less than 2 months, for a whole year, or a little longer, depending on how fast they would get everything they needed to do over there done. start the training right away, being told what was going to happen when they got there and what they were going to be doing. The kid is 19 years old, some soldiers even younger than him, being sent to a place so dangerous. Sure enough, in less than 2 months, he was on a plane going to Afghanistan. After a few other stops, they had to switch planes and buses. He could not call anyone for a while, praying that he would safely make it over there. I never watched the news until he got deployed, but now I watch just to make sure I do not hear anything bad that's happened to our soldiers. He spent his birthday on the other side of the world, staying up all night on a mission. Like many others, he sacrifices so much his time, his morals, and more importantly, he's willing to sacrifice his life. For what? I used to think the soldiers mainly sacrificed everything for their country, but I instead learned that it's so much more than that. They do what they can to make sure their brother they are standing beside is safe. The Army has taught my friend so much, more than it could ever learn sitting in a classroom. Not only does he fight for brotherhood and companionship, but he does it to make sure that we stay a free country. They are brave, the ones that make our country the home of the brave. My best friend is my hero. I am so proud of him. He left his family, his love, and everyone he grew up with to do something that was not for himself, but for people he does not even know. And some who are not, they're not even grateful. The time cannot pass fast enough for when he will come home again. And there are not enough prayers in a day that I can say asking God to please keep him safe. His friendship means the world to me. His safety makes me have bad dreams, but his strong will keep me moving forward and inspiring me. In a way nothing else can. Thank you, William. Thank you. The American soldiers, each and every one. Thank you from one side of the world to the other one. Thank you. You stand for us all. Thank you. You represent us all. Thank you. From grandparents to children, you are there doing what you need to do for us. No one else went. You're the ones there.